Welcome to Foxy Mind English. I'm very happy you're here today. You've made a smart decision to practice your English, and that already puts you ahead of many learners. My goal is to help you speak more clearly, more confidently, and more naturally, step by step, without pressure. I want you to relax your body, drop your shoulders, take a slow, deep breath. Let your mind become calm and open. This is your personal practice time. There is no rush, there is no judgment. You are here to grow. In this shadowing session, you will listen carefully and repeat aloud. Try to copy the rhythm, pronunciation, and flow of each sentence. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Every time you speak, your brain and mouth become stronger and more connected. As a senior English instructor, I can tell you one important truth. Consistency matters more than talent. If you practice a little every day, your confidence and fluency will grow naturally. Your voice will become smoother. Your thinking in English will become faster. So let's begin with calm energy, clear focus, and positive intention. Pause. Take one more deep breath. Now listen and repeat slowly and confidently. I wake up in the morning and take a moment to notice how my body feels. I stretch my arms and legs gently. I breathe deeply and welcome the new day with a calm mindset. The sunlight enters my room, and the fresh air makes me feel refreshed and awake. I make my bed and organize my space. A clean room creates a clear mind. Small habits like this help me stay disciplined and focused throughout the day. I walk to the bathroom, wash my face with cool water, and brush my teeth slowly. These simple routines help my brain wake up naturally. Next, I prepare my morning drink. Sometimes I make tea. Sometimes I prepare coffee. I enjoy the warmth of the cup in my hands and the pleasant smell. I take small sips and allow my mind to relax before the day becomes busy. While drinking, I think about my goals for the day. I decide what is important and what can wait. Planning gives direction and reduces stress. I remind myself to stay patient, kind, and focused. A strong morning creates a successful day. Clear pronunciation is the foundation of confident speaking. When I speak slowly and clearly, people understand me better, and I feel more confident expressing my ideas. I focus on opening my mouth properly and forming each sound carefully. I practice speaking aloud even when I am alone. This trains my mouth muscles and improves my fluency. I repeat difficult words several times until they feel natural. I listen carefully to native pronunciation and try to copy the rhythm and tone. Breathing is also important for speaking. I breathe from my stomach, not only from my chest. This gives my voice strength and stability. A relaxed voice sounds more confident and friendly. I remind myself that improvement takes time. I do not compare myself to others. I compare myself only to yesterday. Small daily improvement creates powerful long-term progress. Every sentence I speak is a step forward. One of the biggest challenges for learners is translating from their native language. Translation slows down speaking and creates hesitation. My goal is to think directly in English. I start with simple thoughts. For example, instead of translating, I say in my mind, I am hungry. I need water. I feel tired. These small sentences train the brain to respond naturally. I describe my environment in English. I look around and say, the room is quiet. The window is open. The light is bright. This habit builds vocabulary and speed. When I make mistakes, I stay calm. Mistakes mean learning is happening. Fear blocks progress. Curiosity opens growth. Over time, my brain becomes faster and more comfortable using English naturally. Pause and repeat clearly. Progress comes from daily practice, not from occasional effort. Even 10 or 15 minutes every day creates powerful results over time. Discipline builds confidence. I schedule my English practice like an important appointment. I respect my learning time. I remove distractions and focus fully on improvement. Some days feel easy, some days feel difficult. I continue anyway. Consistency builds mental strength and skill. I celebrate small wins, a new word learned, a clearer sentence spoken, a longer conversation understood. These small victories motivate me to continue. Learning is a journey, not a race. Confidence in speaking does not come from talent. It comes from repetition, patience, and daily effort. When I repeat sentences many times, my brain learns patterns naturally. My mouth becomes familiar with the movements of English sounds. What once felt difficult slowly becomes easy and automatic. At first, repeating aloud may feel strange or uncomfortable. That is normal. Every learner experiences this stage. I remind myself that discomfort means growth. Each repetition strengthens my speaking muscles and improves my pronunciation. I do not rush. I focus on clarity instead of speed. Speed comes naturally later. I pronounce each word carefully and pay attention to stress and intonation. I listen closely and copy the rhythm of the speaker. Repetition also builds memory. Words and sentence structures become familiar. I start using them naturally in conversation without thinking too much. This creates confidence and smooth communication. When mistakes happen, I stay relaxed. Mistakes are feedback, not failure. I correct myself gently and continue forward. With patience and repetition, fluency becomes a natural result. Pause now, take a breath, repeat slowly and confidently. Listening is just as important as speaking. Strong listening skills help me understand real conversations, accents, and natural speed. When I listen carefully, I learn how English truly sounds in daily life. I focus on understanding the general meaning first, not every single word. Language is about communication, not perfection. If I understand the message, that is success. I listen for tone, emotion, and emphasis. These elements give meaning beyond words. A rising tone can show a question. A warm tone shows kindness or friendliness. Sometimes I listen to the same audio more than once. The first time, I simply listen. The second time, I repeat. The third time, I focus on pronunciation and flow. This layered listening improves comprehension and speaking accuracy. My brain begins to recognize patterns automatically. Strong listening creates strong speaking. Vocabulary grows best when words are used in context. Memorizing long word lists is not effective for real communication. I learn words by hearing them in sentences and using them immediately. When I learn a new word, I repeat it aloud. I make my own sentence with it. This helps memory and confidence. I focus on useful daily words, emotions, actions, directions, time, food, work, and relationships. These words appear often in conversation. I avoid learning too many words at once. Slow learning creates strong memory. Vocabulary grows naturally when practice is consistent. Pause and repeat clearly. Fear blocks fluency. When I worry about mistakes, my brain becomes tense. My voice becomes weak and uncertain. To speak confidently, I must release fear. Mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent speaker once made thousands of mistakes. Mistakes show progress. I allow myself to speak freely. I focus on communication, not perfection. Confidence grows through courage. Pause and repeat calmly. Motivation changes daily. Discipline keeps progress steady. I create small goals and celebrate progress. I remind myself why I started learning English. Consistency builds success. Pause and repeat. Clear communication is not only about pronunciation, it is also about structure and organization. When I speak with clear structure, listeners understand me easily and feel comfortable listening. My ideas flow smoothly from one point to the next. I begin by expressing one main idea at a time. I avoid mixing too many thoughts in one sentence. Simple sentences create strong clarity. When needed, I add details slowly and logically. For example, I may say, "Today I worked on a project. It was challenging, but I learned a lot." This structure makes the message easy to follow. Short sentences create confidence and control. I also use linking words such as and, but, because, so, and however. These words connect ideas naturally and improve fluency. They help my speech sound organized and professional. Pausing is also important. Small pauses give listeners time to understand and give my voice rhythm and strength. Silence is not weakness. Silence creates clarity. Structured speaking builds authority, confidence, and trust. Pause now and repeat slowly. Language is not only words. It is emotion, energy, and connection. When I speak with emotion, my voice becomes more interesting and engaging. People feel my message, not just hear it. I practice changing my tone slightly depending on meaning. When I am happy, my voice becomes lighter and warmer. When I explain something important, my voice becomes steady and clear. Smiling gently while speaking naturally improves tone and friendliness. Even listeners can hear a smile through the voice. I avoid speaking in a flat or robotic tone. I allow natural rhythm and emotion to flow. Emotion creates connection and trust in communication. Fluency grows from small daily habits. I create simple routines that support language growth. I speak English to myself while walking, cooking, or organizing. I describe what I am doing and what I see. I listen to English audio daily. Even passive listening helps my brain adapt. I review new words regularly and use them in sentences. Small habits create powerful results over time. Pause and repeat clearly. Real conversations require listening, responding, and adapting. I stay calm and focused. I use simple phrases when unsure. Clarity matters more than complexity. I ask questions when needed and stay engaged. Confidence grows with practice. Pause and repeat. DEA, confidence. A positive mindset accelerates learning. I encourage myself and stay patient. I focus on progress, not perfection. Kind self-talk builds motivation and resilience. Learning becomes enjoyable and sustainable. Pause and repeat slowly. As my confidence grows, I naturally want to speak faster. However, true fluency is not about speed alone. It is about balance. Speaking too quickly can reduce clarity and cause mistakes. Speaking too slowly may sound unnatural. My goal is to find a comfortable, natural rhythm. I begin by mastering slow and clear speech. When my pronunciation becomes accurate and stable, I gradually increase speed. I practice reading short paragraphs aloud, focusing on smooth flow instead of rushing. I connect words gently, just like native speakers do. Breathing plays an important role in speed control. When I breathe deeply and calmly, my speech becomes smoother and more controlled. If I feel nervous, I pause, breathe, and continue. Pausing is a sign of confidence, not weakness. I also listen to native speakers and notice how they group words together. They do not stop after every word. They speak in phrases. I practice copying that rhythm. Step by step, my speech becomes faster, clearer, and more natural. I trust the process. Pause now and repeat clearly with steady rhythm.